just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los. Welcome to another episode of the Noize. Clap for him. So, I had to hurry to bring this back because I feel like it actually happened. We didn't have drops on the last episode because it was a pretty serious episode.
I didn't even notice. That's how crazy it was.
That's how used we are to not having drops.
Right.
And we didn't have drops on the one before then.
Really?
Yeah, because we had DJ T. Ferris and Dave on.
You're right.
So we didn't have enough headphones to get the drops going. But if you're watching this and you're listening to it, go ahead and donate so we can get some more headphones up in this thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, you can follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. They are back. Kev, what's going on with you, buddy?
Nothing much, man. A boring ass week.
Good.
Nothing but writing. And you know, with what I'm trying to do, you don't really think about all the work that goes into, let's say, making something, like making a movie or show, whatever the case is, like writing, directing, camera, like all that. Like that takes some time.
Absolutely. But you know what though? Once you accomplish what it is you're trying to do,
It feels good.
It feels great. Like once you physically can see your work in your hands, like this editing and all the shit that we do for Beat Network kills me. But once it's done, like I can admit it. I'll go to the YouTube channel, and because I'm pretty sure with the same with everyone else in Beat, we don't necessarily listen to the shows ourselves afterwards, because we kind of live the show itself.
Right.
But because I put so much like effort into the videos and so much effort into editing the audio and everything like that, yeah, man, I done caught myself going to YouTube a few times just to like sit back and just watch some of the shows and to legit be entertained. Like, you know, yeah, we got a really good product here.
That's good. It's crazy because I feel like we have a great product, but for whatever reason, the right people aren't seeing this product.
True.
You know what I mean? And I can say, yeah, in due time it will come, but it's like, my guy, how long can I give you guys crack and y'all just ignore it? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, one thing though with that we actually discovered at our recent Beat meeting. Yes, we do have team meetings. Our numbers. Because I'm often looking at it like, damn, it looks crazy, where we can do like 30 looks on YouTube, and then when you go to the Spreaker website, it's like 60 or 70, sometimes like 100 in total downloads and plays and stuff like that. Actually pulling the analytics of our show and other shows, we do well over what's like visible to the actual public. And first of all, it made me feel good because we're in the high hundreds.
Right. We getting somebody high.
So
somebody out here getting
somebody's
high.
definitely taking advantage of this crack. But I just wish there was a way to share that with people.
Yeah. We
you know what I mean?
Share the crack for everybody.
Because I feel like if we were to just drop the numbers just to show people, like just unnecessarily bragging, like, hey, this is what we're actually doing. Don't pay attention to this, that, and the third. Because like what the people see, at least combined, would be like 150, you know what I'm saying, listens or whatever.
Right.
But behind the scenes, we're doing way past that. So it's like, I wish there was a way that we can show people that without being, while remaining humble at the same time. But to me, I feel like the only people that need to see that are the people that are cutting the checks.
True.
Which is why I'm not too necessarily bothered by it.
True. I agree with that.
And we're definitely going to make sure them checks come.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, hell, the people that see otherwise now, like once we get to a point where everybody's high, then we can be like, yeah, we was doing that then.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
we are seriously comparing business to the crack game, which is ultimately what it is.
Listen. Unless you've been in that game before, it's parallel. I'll just say it's parallel.
It's just a different conversation.
Yeah, it's parallel.
My week was cool. Got a lot done this week, and honestly, man, I'm ready for everything that we're doing going forward. I've actually been doing a lot of beat work, which I'm very proud of. I guess we can kind of slip into the announcements before we go. Well, you know what? This isn't really necessarily announcements. One of them is, and another one's kind of like a teaser. So, you know, we can definitely get into that. Shout out to Jay Alonzo and David Danger Neff of Back to the Classics podcast. They will be working media for the Level Up Expo here in Las Vegas. I want to say it's the 26th through the 29th.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they have something really dope set up for that actual coverage. It's a gaming and comic book expo. One of the people that I saw that stood out was my man that played Candyman.
Oh, really?
He's gonna be there. So that's it's him, and it's a lot of people. It's more so rooted in gaming and anime. Oh, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, he's gonna be there as well.
I used to love that show.
It scared the shit out of me as a child.
For some reason, like the Crypt Keeper didn't really scare me.
Not the Crypt Keeper.
The shit that would go on, I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly.
But he didn't really scare me.
Exactly.
I thought he was he was just weird, kind of funny looking.
I thought he was funny. He looked like a retired pimp.
He was
He had the perm out, you know what I'm saying? He's sitting in the big chair, you get on, and he giving the pimp laugh. You know what I'm saying? So it may be him.
Yeah, it may
the
be.
Pimp Keeper.
Pimp Keeper. Is that guy white?
More than likely. But yeah, so it's a bunch of different names on. If you're familiar with the Level Up Gaming Expo here in Las Vegas, definitely send your shout outs to them. If you're not, definitely look it up and still send your shout outs to them because this is actually a really big deal for us. It's allowing us to get more content out there first and foremost. It's really expanding our reach and really expanding our resume as well.
Yeah.
So it's a really good look, man. So shout out to Jay and Dave on that one. Back to the classics then. And they've been killing it too.
Yeah.
So, just a whole team full of killers. Another exciting announcement. Next Friday, the Ladies of Like Water for Chocolate return.
Yes, sir.
Season 5, I want to say it is. I could be very wrong.
I thought it was 4.
It's either 4 or 5. It's one of them.
They back.
Though. The ladies are coming back. They got a fresh show set up for you. As we mentioned when we went visual with our show, all the shows here are going to be visual from now on going forward. So I'm really looking forward to editing their show and getting their shit out, seeing how the visual aspect kind of changes that trajectory. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a really good year.
Yeah.
As far as the teasers, can't tell y'all what it is just yet, but I'm just going to, plant a little seed, and that's also another little teaser in there for you. I'm plant a little seed. And I'm going to tell you to, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Beat Network, go ahead and do that. If you don't like any of the Facebook pages, it's facebook.com/Beat Network 1, at Beat_Network on Twitter, and at Beat Network on Instagram. Follow all that and keep your eyes open around 420 time. You're going to be high anyway, so you might as well just take out your phone.
Might as well.
And see what's going on during 420. Another teaser. Keep your eyes out for the fall. Because what we got set up for fall time, August, I guess we could say.
Is August really fall?
August, September. Well, when it comes down to school, it's the fall.
Yeah, I was saying, is that fall for Vegas?
Well, whatever date, let's just say around August, September time, definitely keep your eyes out. We'll have an announcement for that a little more so in the summer. But it's definitely worth keeping your eyes on everything that we're doing here at Beat. Was there one other thing?
I think that was it.
Was that it?
I think so.
That might have been it. Yeah, it's a lot of shit on the horizon.
I think so.
That y'all might as well just get on board with. Get on board with right now.
Yeah.
Don't waste too much time. Just get on board with
Might
it.
as well.
So anyway, trying to do a terrible transition into the news of the week. There's not much happened, but there's definitely something that was huge that really took over all media for a certain amount of time, and that's of course Nipsey Hussle's funeral.
I took a raw meter for like the day.
Absolutely.
Thursday was Nipsey Hussle Day.
And it really leading up to it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, it really
yeah.
took precedence over a lot of media.
Right. We can say last week, but that was his week.
Exactly. That was his week dealing with his death, and then this week was just leading up to the actual funeral itself. Only because of a lot of the bullshit on the back end, which we'll definitely touch on.
Yeah.
But just talking about the actual funeral itself, it was at the Staples Center. Free tickets,
which is big,
which is huge. The last person to have his funeral there was Michael Jackson.
It's only been 2 people, Nipsey and Mike.
That's
it.
So Michael Jackson was the first person to have it, and this is Michael Jackson, the world-renowned Michael Jackson.
Right.
They thought the next person up that could fill out the Staples Center, which he did, was Nipsey Hussle. Filled out the Staples Center. I'm pretty sure it was all kinds of gang activity.
I'm already it's the only procession I've seen where nigga was dropped so many times and it was not bleak.
Exactly.
Like that shit fly.
Hella cuz, hella blood. Like it was mad gang references during his funeral, but it was so much love in the room that nobody hood felt disrespected.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to see those kind of people come together and really be just one people, which is ultimately what Nipsey's been preaching this entire time, it was beautiful. It was sad as shit.
Absolutely.
It was definitely sad as shit, but it was beautiful to see, you know, Nipsey's vision come to life, at least for that day.
Yeah.
I think YG spoke, Mustard smoked. Spoke.
Probably smoked too.
Probably, they more than likely did because Snoop was there.
Yeah.
He spoke. I think Stevie Wonder performed. That's huge.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder performing for
You know
Nipsey
what?
Hussle.
You know, that's great. But I've noticed Stevie performs at everybody's funeral. Who the fuck gonna perform at this man's funeral?
That's the gotcha. Who is going to be worthy enough to perform?
That's
at
what I'm
Stevie Wonder's
saying.
funeral?
Like, I don't get me wrong. When it happens, it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be. It's gonna be crazy.
Absolutely.
I honestly feel like I don't want to say everybody, but majority of people should do his funeral. Like he should have. His funeral should
be a concert.
I was just about to say there should be like a mini concert for his funeral.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he deserves at least that much.
Oh, definitely.
More. That's what I'm saying. At least that much. So I was just thinking about that. Like, damn, who's gonna perform at this?
You know, his funeral is probably going to be insane. I hate that we're talking about this right now, so we'll get past this quick. But you know, his funeral is probably going to be insane. Quincy Jones.
Oh yeah,
he's literally had his finger in so many things, entertainment wise, and so many entertainers wise. But anyway, like he's been in for so long, and he's created so much timeless anything, whether it's television, whether it's music. Like, come on, like this dude helped bridge the gap between blacks and whites in entertainment, working with Frank Sinatra. And this is also the executive producer of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know what I'm saying? He's had his fingerprint in the industry for so long. When his time actually comes, unfortunately, you know, we pray it's not as soon as it feels like it's gonna be, but unfortunately, it's probably gonna be something that's gonna happen soon. When that time comes, dog, it's gonna shake the industry. That will probably be as big as Mike.
Yeah, I just hope like when the time comes, when it comes from Stevie and Quincy, that it's not something tragic.
Right.
You know what I mean? What happened with Nip, that was tragic.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He just put out a fucking, probably, in my opinion, album of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's all I was preaching on the live, was that he's supposed to get album of the year.
Yeah, so it's tragic that it happened to him. It didn't happen so early. The way I look at it is like, I'll be 30 in a couple weeks. Nip to me was like older brother. You know what I mean? I'm the oldest. You know what I mean? And granted, I know you're the youngest, but theoretically you're the oldest. I get that, but yeah, I didn't have an older brother, nothing like that. So Nip was, some of the stuff that he talked about, it was like my older brother talking. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of those guys that just started listening to Nip maybe 2015. I was listening to Nip like a couple years out of high school. Right. You know what I mean? So it was a little bit different for me. So yeah, when you go through something tragic like this, it sucks. It completely sucks. So I hope that when it's them, it's not something that's tragic. It's something that can be a little bit more planned for, like, yo, his body just giving out or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Yeah, that absolutely sucks, but we can only live for so long.
That's ultimately going to be what it is.
Yeah, because I think that's the best case scenario.
Absolutely, especially with dealing with a legend like that.
Yeah, that has to be the best case scenario.
Because we should have gotten Nipsey until his body gave out. You know what I mean? We really should have gotten him. But one thing I've actually been discussing with people since his passing, it almost felt like we didn't deserve him. Because of everything that he was preaching, everything that he was doing, all the movements that he was making, it just seemed like it was wasted on what this current generation is doing.
I won't say we didn't deserve him. I won't say that. I would say he planted the seed for people after him to say, okay, we're ready for it. Because the impact that I've seen after his death, the impact that I've seen with people now, we are in a generation that shiny red ball. So next week we can see if it's still the same energy or if it's something different.
It's not, but I'm
I hope it is, but we can see. But for that time being, I at least seen a lot of people like, yo, this changed me in some kind of way. You know what I mean? And to quote Pac, he may not be the person to change the world, but he gonna definitely plant the seed to do it. Right. You know what I mean? So I think I can't say that we didn't deserve him. Maybe we were too. I don't even know if naive is the right word. Kind of like with LeBron, we don't appreciate LeBron's greatness while he's playing, but when it's after, he be like, "Yo, this guy was."
Oh, they're gonna speak of LeBron, you know, and not just with his, you know, what he's contributed to the NBA, but his philanthropy.
Exactly.
And they're gonna look at all that shit and be like, "Damn, this man was amazing."
And I think this,
but we hated him his entire career,
right? And I think the same thing with Nip to come from somebody that was a banger, that was out there. You know what I mean? That didn't know he was gonna make it home that night, to actually make it home, start to live his dream, and then be like, "Yo, this is my dream, and I'm gonna do this," but this shit over here still needs to be worked on. Right. And I have the power to work on that. You know what I mean?
I can't remember. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to say, I just think I can't say that we didn't deserve him. I just think maybe we weren't ready for him. We were ready for the seed to be planted. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I'll retract my statement and go with that. I don't think that we were ready for him, but I think his death got people like prepared. Okay, let me actually see what he was preaching.
Exactly.
One thing I've seen on social media like a lot is regret that people were so late to the game when it came to Nipsey. And to me, that felt great because I'm like, normally when people pass away, they'll only look at what is surface.
Yeah,
they'll only look at the fact that, oh, he's 60s. Oh, he promoted gang violence and stuff like that. They only look at the surface level shit. I think once they actually try to figure out, okay, why do people give so much of a fuck about Nipsey? And they went into it and was like, damn, this dude was everything that Pac was talking.
Exactly.
This man actually did it.
Exactly.
And that's another thing too. Y'all gotta stop disrespecting Pac. Like everyone, like I completely get it and I agree. Nipsey did 20, 30 times more than what Pac did in his time that he was on this earth. Absolutely. I completely agree with that. People are using that to say fuck Pac.
Nah.
And Pac ain't shit. Pac ain't like,
nah.
I'm like, that don't mean disrespect the motherfucker. That just mean take heed to the fact that we know that this man did far more than this man did.
Not only that, I think the same with how we feel about Nip with planting that seed. The same thing with Pac. I'm pretty sure he grew up on Pac. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure. So with that being said, Pac was in them streets doing.
He
whatever
had a line where he said he's Pac of his generation.
Right. So Pac was in and out of the streets, in and out of jail, whatever have you. But when he came to them records, he spoke to you through those records.
Definitely.
And I think music is a way that a lot of people, especially youth, are gonna be. They're going to be influenced more from music before the other stuff. You know what I mean? People were fucking with Nip's music and was really on his music and then seeing, he doing this in the community. He's doing that in the community. So I think Pac was just, I don't want to say he was surface, but he was just in the era where the music is what kept him, like, he was in tune with the music. You know what I mean? So he became a different person once he got in that booth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what actually just came to mind with me mentioning that, with him saying Tupac of my generation, nigga? He said that on was it Rap Niggas?
I think so.
I think it was Rap Niggas. Tupac's of my generation, nigga. I look at that and I instantly think back to Pac saying, I may not change the world, but I'm gonna spark the brain that changes the world.
Exactly.
Nipsey feels it, and this is completely conspiracy, so don't be like, oh, you trying to go real prophetic with it. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just putting puzzle pieces, basically. I look at that and I look at the fact that Nip started a stem cell research plant. He's given so much money back to the community. He's done so much for kids in his community. He's united the gangs more than once in his community. What if that is the brain that he sparked? And now Nipsey sparked the brain for others. Like, what was everybody saying? Like so-and-so walked so this person can run and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, you got the fact that Pac walked so Nipsey can run. Nipsey ran so we can fly. So what if this is what we needed? Unfortunately, in a tragic, place.
I can see that.
But you look at the fact that Pac could have been a strong influence to Nipsey. Nipsey took that, doubled down on like, okay, I'm going to be more than just words, and I'm going to actually show action. And then hopefully this is something that people look at and like, yeah, if a 60 crib can do it, I could for sure get
definitely
something
do it
done.
right. Now this is to get in my conspiracy bag for a second.
We need an X-Files.
Let's get I just think now if it happens again, then I'll really be deep in my conspiracy bag. But I just think it's odd that we get somebody like Pac taken away with Pac was 25, 26 when he got killed. 25. Nip 33. Both gang violence. Both, at least on the surface, was trying to do something better for
not even gang violence. Both killed by
haters. Yeah, we won't say it's gang violence. Both were shot. We'll say both were shot. And they both were trying to do something that was at least positive for their community. I can make a case and be like, yo, some fishy shit is going on.
Oh, yeah, anybody can make a case. Absolutely.
I can make a case, you know what I mean?
Shit, look at 21 Savage. The second he started speaking consciously, he's getting deported. Have you heard shit else about British 21 Savage?
We didn't even know he was British until he got
until then, exactly. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I just if I'm getting in my conspiracy bag, I think that's funny, but I think that the rest of us need to be like, all right, this could potentially happen. Right. This could be, and come to terms with could potentially happen. But look at what you're leaving behind. You know what I mean? Like most of us probably, I'm not good with funerals. So honestly, I didn't watch the whole thing.
I didn't watch any of it.
Because I do not like funerals. Like, I love you to death, Los. I would not go to your funeral. Why? Because
I'm gonna haunt your ass.
why? Because I want to see, or I want to remember you the last time that I saw you. I don't want to remember you in a box. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's just me. Now, maybe I could take that back because for you, maybe it'd be something a little bit different. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying I don't like funerals because of that particular reason. I don't like to remember. The last thing I remember my grandma was her being in a fucking box. I hate that.
You know, I need to get my life together because too many of my friends keep saying how my funeral is going to be a crazy thing. Y'all are so fucking convinced that I'm out of here before the rest of y'all asses.
No,
I need to get my shit together.
I'm
going vegan.
Well, I can't say I wouldn't go to my own funeral. I can't say that.
I mean, so it's possible.
I'll be late. But no.
Hey, listen, if James Brown can get a wardrobe change during his funeral, I think you could be late for yours.
That's some cold shit.
Yeah, that's some pimp shit.
That's some cold shit. But no, I'm saying that to say like maybe, like you said, maybe things kind of had to happen this way. You know what I mean? And it sucks, but we can be better from it because of what this person left. It sparked so many brains. Like, yo, this could potentially happen to you, but if you can spark those brains, you live forever.
Yeah, your legacy never dies. Your legacy
you
immortal.
live forever. And I'm a firm believer, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So, yeah, Nip is gone right now, but that energy is going to somehow resurface in our life somehow.
Absolutely.
It may not be in my lifetime. It may not be in my kid's lifetime, but it's going to resurface.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
R.I.P. Nip. That's all I can say.
Definitely. Now, the things surrounding Nip.
Yeah.
This is the shit that I hate. And this is the same thing that we were talking on the last episode about people keeping that same energy to protect the community going forward. Let's go with the vigil. Hold on, wait, sorry. I'm trying to think, make sure. Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to Russell Westbrook because we didn't talk about him last episode. This man was able to go 2020 and 21. But we're going to knock it down to 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said himself that was for Nip.
Right.
Now, as a talent, I'll make sure you're good here. As a talent, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Just as a hooper, that shit is amazing. But it almost seems deliberate when you see somebody go 2020.
Oh yeah, well, it's to have that type of stat line when you're playing ball is fucking crazy. Period.
Absolutely.
But when that's your goal, it's easy to knock those down.
Exactly.
It's easy, like as a hooper, you can be like, you know what? I know I'm capable of giving you 20 to 20, so I'm gonna give you 20 points because I know I can do that easy.
Yep. I'm gonna
then
dedicate
after that, you ain't got to worry about me scoring no more.
Right.
I make sure everybody else scoring because you're worried about me scoring. You don't know that I'm not scoring no more, so I can dump off. And then we know how he gets his rebounds. You know what I mean? So.
It's a bouncy motherfucker.
Right. It's when it comes to hooping, it can be, you can deliberately do it, but either way to be able to pull it off is fucking crazy.
Yeah. And
that's like how I look at that is like when Chris Paul dropped 61 for his grandfather in high school. That's fucking amazing.
Right.
In a high school game, you drop 61. Now in an NBA game, it's still amazing, but you got about 8 more minutes than a high school game.
You went through the mathematics just.
Yeah, you got about 8 more minutes through the high school game, during the high school game. So to be able to do that in a high school game with that time, that's fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And I also saw some people talking about it too. They were saying how he's only able to accomplish that because he plays so selfishly. Now, does Russell Westbrook have it in him to play selfishly?
Absolutely.
We've seen it all the time. However, this man scored 20 points and had 20 rebounds. 21 assists. So that means he was responsible for at least 42 points. You know what I'm saying? That's not even saying that some of the assists he put up wasn't a three. You know?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
He was responsible for at least 42 points. That's not selfish basketball. That's literally him making a statement.
Honestly, I can't. With Westbrook is weird because before he had Paul George, you were like, you know, he being selfish, he can do X, Y, and Z, but at the same time, I'm a fan. I don't know what his personnel is like. I don't know what those practices are like. But I can definitely see a shift since Paul George has been there, which has helped him a lot. So to be able to turn around and do that for somebody from your neighborhood, that's dope as hell.
You think Russell Westbrook's like secretly 60s?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either, because as soon as the buzzer went off, he was like, "That's for my nigga."
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, you got it.
We've seen gang sign John Wall. I wouldn't be surprised. Just because you hoop don't mean that you know what I mean?
That's, everything is kosher.
Not that everything is kosher. Don't mean that you can't be affiliated or you can't be come from that cloth. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure we know plenty of guys who grew up and they were beast at sports, but they ran the streets.
Right.
It's the same thing.
That's the legend of Rucker Park.
You're right. We got to look at it as hooping is just his job.
Right.
That's really how he gets get paid a lot. But hooping is just, hell, Pee Wee Kirkland. Pee Wee Kirkland turned down the NBA. Like, he got drafted, turned it down because he said he'd make more money selling dope.
Right. That's insane.
And he's a legend. Like, Pee Wee, he can give you buckets. You know what I mean? So
And never got rid of that fro.
Nah. But then again, I guess when you a man of that stature, you ain't worried about if somebody else talking shit about your fro because they not gonna do it.
Because they not gonna say it to you. You see, I said it on the show, guys.
Right. Across the country.
Way across the country.
So,
now, he could pull up at any moment, and if so, Pee Wee, your fro is absolutely amazing, sir. And you are a legend.
So, yeah, we got to give a shout out to Russell.
Definitely shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. Because I honestly, I couldn't see any other player in the league doing that.
I can see DeMar DeRozan doing that.
I
can see not necessarily a stat line. Not necessarily a stat line. I can see him doing like a tribute.
No, I could definitely see a tribute, but a deliberate stat line.
A deliberate stat line from him. I don't know, but yeah, I can see shit. He might be on maybe not 20-20-20. Maybe he can give you 60 one day.
Yeah, he might drop 60 for you. Oh, absolutely.
Wait, he can drop 60.
But he has to be the only one that touches the ball that game.
Yeah, the plays are going through him.
He has to be the only one that touches the ball that game, and they got to be against like the Phoenix Suns or something.
Yeah, Knicks, somebody like that.
Exactly. It got to be Kobe's 84 game, 81 game. It got to be somewhere along those lines. Anyway, transitioning off of that, one thing that just everything leading up to Nipsey's funeral, the vigil, and we, I doubt any of them out there listen to the Noize that were at the vigil that day. But I look at the fact that so many people were calling for peace in the time dealing with Nipsey's death, and we had to see it get reported that somebody was stabbed at the vigil.
See, I just heard a shooting. I didn't know somebody was stabbed.
No, now I've seen mixed reports talking about there was a shooting afterwards or some other shit, but apparently when the crowd dispersed, it's because somebody got stabbed. So I'm like, we're at a vigil. Why are we dealing with this right now? We're at a vigil about a man that was about peace. Why are we doing this right now?
Right.
So you have that situation. Then you have the fact that dealing with the actual funeral itself, and I definitely want to say fuck the media on this part, on top of addressing niggas. You got the fact that somebody decided to pull a drive-by that was on the funeral procession route. Now, it wasn't directly connected, but the media used Nipsey to get that click. And I'm like, come on, dog. Y'all got to do fucking better.
Yeah, y'all got to do better.
I got to do way better.
Yeah.
Now, on the niggas that did it, dog, you really want to pull a drive-by during the time that this man who's been preaching peace, who probably more than likely a lot of your big homies called a ceasefire for?
With that, again, either way, it's fuckery. It shouldn't happen, period. Right. But with that, I'm conflicted because I saw the support that LA brought out. You know what I mean? From not only from his funeral at Staples, but just the whole journey to his final, the marathon. Like I saw the love that LA has. So it's very hard for me to believe. I won't say it's very hard for me to believe. It's hard for me to believe or want to believe that these same people that showed the support did something like this. I have to think that, this is coming from somewhere different because this community is not about that. You know what I mean? We seen red rags and blue rags tied together. We seen Bloods and Crips talk and chop it up and be cool together like they was boys. So for something like that to happen, it's just odd. It's out of place to me.
Right, definitely.
It's out of place. I don't know. Either way, it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen. And just for those who are still involved in that kind of lifestyle, y'all gotta understand what this man was preaching, and really you gotta respect it. Yeah, you have to respect it, and you have to do your due diligence to if you want to rep your set, do that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to wave your colors, wave your flag, do that.
And that's the thing.
But that's all you got. That's all it is, though.
And that's another reason why I think this situation is weird, because they were doing that, right, and had no problem doing that. So it's weird that a drive-by happens. You know what I mean? Like that's just weird to me. But either way, man, like this man is preaching peace. He was about peace. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure he's seen his share of death, his share of violence. You know what I mean? That can take a toll on you. So it was about peace. Either way, this shit shouldn't happen, regardless on who did it, who thought about it. Regardless, no party should be doing it, right? Especially not at that moment.
At that very moment, exactly. Kind of keeping up with the fuckery of everything surrounding Nip. So we know that the reason that Nipsey was at his shop that day with no security is because his homeboy just got out of prison for doing a 20-year bid. And he didn't want his boy out here looking crazy because when you come out 20 years, they eat the same shit that you have going in.
Actually, when I was in there for that weekend, no, I was good. I still had my regulars. I was good. But it was a guy in there who was in the holding cell with me. I think he got like a drunken disorder or something like that because he had in holding cell. He had to throw up on him. He had to put them same clothes back on when we left.
It's tragic. Yeah, and they don't do anything to him either.
Nah.
So whatever's homeboy went
felt
in
bad for him because he wasn't even from here. He was he was in the military visiting. He was trying to get out. I mean, he did get out at the same time as me, but he was trying to get out and so on and so forth. But like you said, you go out there looking bummy.
Right.
Hell, I don't know where I was. I was riding somewhere and I seen a guy crossing the street, but he had on the slippers that showed that he just got out of jail. Right. He just got out of jail with no shoes. That's wild. And it was wintertime. It's just now starting to get warm.
Oh, them toes was hitting. But so his homeboy just got out from doing a 20-year bid. Obviously got the same clothes he went in with. And that's why Nipsey was at the store because he was trying to make sure his boy was fresh, dealing with anything going forward. And of course, he was one of the people that were shot. And we just got done talking about it earlier, but because of that, once he's healed up, cool and everything like that, our man gets arrested. That's foul. Because he wasn't supposed to be around known gang affiliates. You know what I mean?
That's foul.
And the fact that, okay, I get it. Nipsey, screamed 60s every time he got the chance to. Nipsey was a well-known Crip. I get that. But the same police department that was collaborating with Nipsey to end gang violence, to end, gun violence and all that whole shit, y'all couldn't turn a blind eye this one time. No, this man just saw his best friend get killed in front of him and was shot. And y'all still gonna do some shit like that?
I wonder how, once you're in the gang, let's say you're in the gang, you did 10, 15, you was in the gang, got in the gang at 15, you was in the gang till you about 25. But after that, maybe you went to jail, maybe you didn't, maybe you turned your life around, right? So you were known for a decade for being within that gang, but you're not really on that no more.
Right.
Are you still a gang affiliate?
You would think at this point, because I can only go off a gang unit in LA. But you would think at this point, Nipsey had to get taken out of gang unit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, there's no way he's still registered, under that game because they got motherfuckers mug shots lined the fuck up. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
This is who's in this gang. There's no way that he's still tied into that. No matter how much he screams and no matter how much he still be around them niggas, there's no way that he's tied into that. Because if that's the case, how is he able to employ the people that he employed? Because you're not supposed to be around other felons.
Right. My thing, not only that,
I think all of his people are ex-felons.
Probably not only that. Like, how do we determine who's a threat and who's not? Because if we want to go by those same guidelines that they're putting out there, then that means all these other people that be screaming blood this or Crip that may or may not be affiliate, the same rules should apply then, right?
Absolutely.
Lil Wayne screams blood all the time.
All the time.
I'm pretty sure he knows a known felon.
Definitely.
Pretty sure he knows somebody that got up. So does the same rules apply? You know what I mean? Like, what is the metric is what I'm trying to get
and
at.
That's the petty of the police because, as you just mentioned, everyone's a blood. Everyone's well, I can't about to say everyone's a Crip. That was pretty.
They were
at one point. Everyone was a Crip. Exactly. Now everyone's a blood. Tekashi 6ix9ine was a blood, and he surrounded himself with other bloods. Pretty sure he surrounded himself with some felons too. You telling me that these niggas ain't on? Now I don't know how it works everywhere else. I'm only familiar with LA's gang unit and how they have they little paperwork or whatever showing who's part of what.
As a game, but I've heard with other places like people that get out on parole or whatever the case is, they can't be around somebody that may be a gang or maybe a felon or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Like I've heard that from other places. LA may be a little bit different, but I have heard that from other places, so it's not too far fetched.
Right. I'm talking about as far as how they keep record of the people that are in.
Now that may be different
because they're the only way that they will be able to tie that back. Obviously, it can't come from the fucking music.
Right.
It has to come from their gang unit files.
Right.
To me, that's only that makes sense. If there's anybody out there that knows, of course, Corey Corrector, if you're watching, let us know what's good. But I just feel like that's incredibly petty.
Absolutely.
Because you know what Nipsey was doing, along with you, as the LAPD, you know what Nipsey was doing to help end senseless violence like this. You're really going to lock the man up, and he just took a bullet and watched his best friend die the day he got out of prison.
And apparently he just got out.
Yeah, that day.
Nigga ain't been out 72 hours, and you going to take me back, and I got shot?
He ain't been out 24 hours, dog.
That's foul.
He ain't been out 24 hours. He literally got out and was scooped by his people, and they connected at the store.
That's foul.
The day I get out from doing a 20-year bid, now granted, he was in there for murder. Whether I don't know if he did it or not, but
Don't know the circumstances behind it, but he did a bid for murder.
He did his bid, though. He did what the courts and what the state thought he should be doing.
Right.
So he served his time, did whatever. The day he gets out, he sees his best friend get murdered in front of him.
My thing is, okay, if you do a 20-year bid, do they still put you on parole after that?
Absolutely. Especially when it's a murder case. I don't think it'll be a crazy ass time that you'll actually be on probation, but they absolutely are going to put your ass on probation.
Crazy.
I'm actually surprised they didn't put him on house arrest since it was such a violent crime that he did the bid.
Right. That would make more sense. I mean, again, we can only go by what we're seeing. I would not be surprised if somebody within that camp is like, no, we're not going to let this shit fly.
I would hope. I would hope that because since they got a new police chief anyway, I would hope he'll overturn it.
You're right.
Something because
it don't make
as
sense.
the police chief who spoke out about the fact that you were hurt, that Nipsey died, you have the power to be like, nah, man, let that man go. He's literally been through enough. He got shot and he watched his best friend die after doing a 20-year bid. He's served his time. He's good. Let that man, live his life. That's just that shit's annoying.
It is. It is annoying. It's just annoying. It's not only is it annoying for the media to do shit like that. It's annoying when the media like kind of downplays what we as black people go through. You know what I mean? Like you just said, man did a 20-year bid. What he's in there for is not irrelevant to what I'm saying. He did a 20-year bid, got out, got shot, seen his best friend die. You don't think that man has some type of PTSD or something of that nature? You know what I mean?
Honestly, dog, it's all at this point. It's all a part of the system.
Maybe so, but I'm talking about in general for black people in general. Like I sit there and I look at it like the media talk about how a suburban white kid may be depressed, maybe going through mental illness, and so on and so forth. And when we look at it, we're like, okay, I'm not taking away that this suburban white kid doesn't have issues, but for what I can look at is he got a roof over his head, he got clothes and new shoes on his back, he got he got food in the refrigerator. And you say that he's mentally ill or whatever the case is. We grow up seeing our people get shot, seeing our people get killed. No food in the refrigerator. If that man is mentally ill, then what the fuck are we?
We all deal with it. We are like, all sick at this point.
It's stupid to me. It's stupid to me, and I hate how the media portrays that. I hate how the media did the thing with Nip as far as the drive-by shooting. I hate how the media is like pushing this out there. Like, yo, let the dust settle for a second.
Exactly.
Let it settle, and then we can go from there.
Like, if you really look at it, bro, the time of mourning for Nip, outside of us kind of bypassing all the shit that happened to actually mourn, if you were outside looking in, the time of mourning for Nip has been nothing but chaos.
Absolutely.
If you weren't actually a part of the marathon and really took that time to be like, okay, yeah, no matter what the fuck happens, this is my time. Shit, I even saw on the Eddie Griffin Experience down at SLS out here. You know, he didn't do his show that entire week.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, in Nipsey's memory, in memoriam to Nipsey Hussle, this man did not do his show for a week.
I don't blame him.
So if you're not a part of the marathon and you're outside looking in like a lot of motherfuckers were, the only thing you see is, okay, so known gang member who used to rap about gangs, shot and killed, and someone gets stabbed at his vigil. There's a drive-by that happens since everyone loves just reading the headline and reading the story. Somebody shot in a drive-by during his funeral procession. His friend who just got done, getting a murder case, getting locked up for being with This fucks up the entire message and the entire, vision that Nipsey was putting out there. Like, if you're not familiar, it's just another dead nigga to everybody else. Right. Like, how do we progress with this kind of shit getting put out like that? Like to me, it's not fair. It's not fair. And I think the only way it could be fair for us, for our people, is this everybody, and I mean everybody, start to move kind of like he did. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying do exactly what he did. Like, that man was his own man, and some things that he was able to do that you may not be able to do. But for the most part, if y'all are able to start to move like that, you know what I mean? Empowering each other and trying to make our community safe. Yeah, some of us is probably going to get knocked off on some foul shit, but they're not going to be able to knock off everybody. They can't kill us all. We've been saying that for years. They can't kill us all.
They can't. And then on top of that, they'll be able to see like, yo, that whole community is doing something different. Right. You know what I mean? Now we got to, as white people, we got to check to see and figure out like, yo, what are we doing that's so fucked up that these people have to do this? Something's not right. These people don't just wake up one day and say
And
they
be
want
empowered, right?
Right. You know what I mean? Something has to be up. I think everybody has to move on that same accord. And I hope that, cause I know it did with me. I hope that his death sparked something.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. Last thing dealing with his death and the funeral and everything like that, should another shout out to Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush donated $10,000 to Nipsey Hussle's kids. Don't get me wrong, they're gonna be just fine.
They're gonna be straight. They're good,
but it doesn't negate the fact that there's still a black man and his wife, who I'm not sure what she is exactly, so I don't want to jump out the room and say a black woman, but I know black women love him still. But a black man is contributing to make sure that he did his part to make sure his kids were good. Not only that, he also started a GoFundMe to raise $100,000 to set away for them, so when they are of age, they could break that out, piece that off, amongst the three. So definitely shout out to him. Another thing, shout out to the city of LA. There was a petition signed to rename Crenshaw and Slauson in memory of Nipsey. So I don't know when it's supposed to go live, but apparently everything is set in stone. It's going to be Nipsey Hussle Square.
That's dope.
That's Crenshaw and Slauson right there in front of the Marathon, Nipsey Hussle Square. Yeah. I mean, we got Sammy Davis Jr. Boulevard out here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, come on now. If there's anybody that's deserving of something that prominent, then
yeah, absolutely, he deserves it. My only question is, why doesn't Malcolm X have a street?
He does. Lenox Square in New York.
With his name.
It is. Now you're talking about on the terms of like Martin Luther King Boulevard?
Right, something like that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because honestly, until you said it, okay, that maybe it's fine. I've heard that name before. I didn't know that was his street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like a Malcolm X Boulevard, a Malcolm X Lane, something like, I don't get why we don't have that.
That's actually a good point. Probably because he's a radical, which is why they have a street dedicated to him, but don't necessarily give him one. You know, it was the good niggas.
Gotcha.
Like MLK.
Gotcha.
That was able to get a full street. But yeah, I agree with you.
Did Malcolm X go to jail?
Before, when he was
No, I'm talking about why he was Malcolm X. Did he go to jail?
I think so. But not in a way of him doing some fuck shit. He did some fuck shit back when he was red.
No, right.
During his time, I think he just went to jail just because they wanted him off the streets.
Okay, no, I was asking because the same thing with Martin Luther King. That's how I was
trying to say. When he actually became Malcolm X, they got him off the streets the same way they got Martin Luther King off the streets, just for being a disruptor.
Gotcha.
But other than that,
for talking too loud.
Talking too loud, exactly. But other than that, yeah, man, they I think it's the same reason why they wouldn't give. Well, then again, that's not what the petition was for. They just wanted that intersection to be, those cross streets to be named after Nipsey.
Well, no, that's completely separate. My question was like just a one-off question.
No, of course. No, but I'm saying in general, like if they were to push for Crenshaw or Slauson to be named after Nipsey, we wouldn't get it. We wouldn't get it at all.
Gotcha.
I think, but because he's preached about uniting black people, but he also was a notorious gang member. So they try to take those ways, man. They try to be extra with it.
Then that makes me think, if you do something when you coming up, you know what I mean, that may not be fair or may not be cool, but you change your ways, why are people still holding you accountable for the shit that you did previously, but they still want you to grow? I don't get that.
I'll one up you on that one. Isn't the prison system supposed to be about reform and rehabilitation?
That's what it's supposed to be about.
So if you
at least that's what they tell people when they lock you up.
Exactly right. So if you do this time and you get reformed, you get rehabilitated, and then you start doing positive shit. I'm not sure if Nipsey ever did any serious time during his, gangbanging times. But if this is what the prison system is for, and this is what the judicial system believes, which is why they put so many black men in prison, if this is what you believe, why can't we move past that? This is the system that you set up. So now we're doing what you say we're supposed to do, and we're still that. Like
it doesn't make sense. I had read something on Instagram like a little bit before. It was like now again, the guy, I don't know the details. Hell, I don't even know if the story is real. Because the first line was wild to me. It was like, dude was let out of jail 90 years early. First of all, what the fuck did you do to be getting 90 years? Right? But they let dude out early. Dude got out, got a job, had a family, was taking care of his kids, was doing everything that they say we should be doing as decent human beings. They figured out that it was a clerical error and sent the boy back to jail.
For him getting out?
Because they fucked up. They let him out 90 years early. So when he got out, he did what the rehabilitation is supposed to do, right? Mm-hmm. He went out and did his thing, and get in no trouble, did his thing, got a job, got married, took care of his kids. Oh, it was my bad, dog. We fucked up. You was supposed to be in there. Come on, let's go back in there. What?
For your fucker, because now you're fucking with my my mental stability.
Right.
You're now fucking with how I maintain a normal lifestyle in my head.
Not only that, you fucking with my family now.
Absolutely.
I've been out. I don't know how long the guy was out. Hell, it could have been a year. The guy was out, and in a year, he started a little family, got married. Now they're gone. And if we got to go by, dude, you was in 90, not for 90 years, we probably won't see your ass again.
Right.
That's foul.
That's also the unjust judicial system.
This is why I would become like like a super millionaire, billionaire, and I would just buy like a big ass island or
like how low that was,
or a big plot of land, and I'd just be like, look, shit gonna be different when y'all come here. We gonna have I don't want to say we don't have our own rules because we gotta abide by whatever country that we're in, but we govern ourselves.
Absolutely, we need Wakanda.
Only time we call the big guns is if shit gets really out of hand.
Right.
Other than that, then we nah. Me personally, I if they can agree to we ain't gonna shoot each other, I let the gangs police their own neighborhood, but I don't know fuck shit. Mm-hmm. Don't think because you can police your own neighborhood that means you can sell drugs to whoever.
You know what's so sad
about that? Do
what's
right. Make sure ain't no fuck shit going on
right.
in your community. I let them do that.
You know what's so sad about that? That's exactly why the fuck gangs were started.
Exactly.
Like that's exactly why the Bloods and the Crips were started to police their neighborhood. Mm-hmm. They were on some Black Panther shit, and then something went real left. Real left.
You know what I think went left? They locked up Tookie, and you had them young niggas coming up that it was like, nah, we got this shit.
Nah, I gotta call a spade a spade. Tookie was on some fuck shit for a little bit.
He was. He was on some fuck shit for a little bit, but it's the same vein. He changed. You know, it took for him to get locked up, but he changed. But I think the young guys, once they see like, no, he locked up, and he's gonna be gone.
Right.
This is my shit now.
Yeah.
We do it how I want to
gone? Oh, bet.
Yeah. I think that's kind of how shit started to go left. Either way, man, it's fucked up.
Either way it goes, it's fucked up. But we, like I said, we want to say again, rest in peace, Nip.
Rest in peace.
Man, we hope that you really did spark that brain, another brain rather, to not only be influenced and make movements how you did, but to really see your mission and your vision through.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's hope for that. Hell, I could definitely say mine was sparked.
Absolutely, mine was sparked too. And shout out to Nick Cannon too.
Oh, definitely.
Shout out to Nick Cannon.
Definitely. Now, if Nick Cannon get killed, it's definitely some Dr. Sebi shit.
It's definitely
I don't want to hear shit.
On.
Nobody wanted Nick Cannon dead. Even when he was putting out trash music, nobody wanted Nick Cannon dead.
So yeah, if something happened to Nick Cannon, then the jig is up.
It's definitely some Sebi shit, and we need to have a conversation. Kind of getting to, and this is a conversation I really do want to have, because this is one of those moments where when you're doing something for your community, when you're doing something for the less fortunate and impoverished neighborhoods, you want to see the results of the change you're trying to bring,
right?
Be present. And that's one thing that I salute LeBron James for. Like, we literally just had a conversation. They're not going to appreciate and respect the things LeBron James has done as an NBA player and as a philanthropist until he finally hangs up his jersey. One of the things that I saw that got reported is LeBron's school. They only been open for a year. I'm gonna make sure I got all this shit correct here. Hold on. It's all about doing your Googles, people. Don't forget.
Do your Googles. Maybe we need a drop for do your Googles.
I don't think anyone else says do your Googles, but us.
That's why we would need a drop.
We're better off just saying it.
Or that.
Okay, so with the I Promise school in Akron, the 3rd and 4th graders, before attending the school, they were in the lowest percentile, 1%. Since for the year they've been open, the 3rd graders went from in the 1% to 18%, and the 4th graders went from 2% to the 30th%.
That's dope as fuck.
Like, they're making moves. Their testing is out of this world, and I don't give a fuck what nobody says. This is directly connected to the I Promise school.
Absolutely.
LeBron saw a problem in his city where he come from. And he says, okay, we got to make sure that pathway from school to prison, we got to throw a barrier in there. We got to put at least put a fork in the road. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he saw that opportunity and he took advantage of it. So definitely salute LeBron James on that one, because that's an amazing feat.
I think the education system across the country, They need to do a whole school
Needs a revamp.
And the reason being is because everybody doesn't learn the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying you got to have specific schools designed for specific people, but you gotta have some wiggle room. You gotta be able to understand, like, okay, this guy's in math class and he works hard, but he's just not getting it. Maybe we need to figure out something else for him.
Right. Why is he not getting it?
Why is he not getting it? You know what I mean? Because for me, I can honestly say I've learned a lot more academically since I've been out of school.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? So it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't be that way.
I look at the fact that there are so many things that we learn to be an adult outside of school.
Yeah. It was only one.
I haven't used integers since school.
No. I haven't used a Pythagorean theorem.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck what I need for.
When's the last time you actually whipped out your protractor?
My what?
Exactly.
It was only one class where I can say she really helped propel me to be an adult. Mm-hmm. And that was junior year. Mm-hmm. Junior year, Miss Wong. I had a love-hate relationship with that one because I used to fall asleep in her class, but she never gave me shit for falling asleep in her class. But with her class, I learned how to write a check. I learned about stocks. I learned about any type of economics. In one class with economics, but any type of economic thing that I would need outside of the real world, I learned. And that was the only class in my entire schooling that actually helped.
Not going to flex you. I finessed the shit out of school my last year.
Oh, my last year I did too.
I'm not going to put her out there, but my English teacher, I was like, damn, I got a full ride scholarship to school, but I got to finish with at least a C.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. Bro, well, first of all, my English teacher wasn't having that. She wasn't having that, but I didn't do that.
Now, my English teacher was cool, man. I give it up to her, but I give it up to her and a slew of other people that I know for a fact I would not have graduated high school without them. But definitely, I finessed the shit out of that goddamn class. But I look at stuff like that, and I think I was able to finesse my way out of that class and to at least pull off a B in that class with doing absolutely nothing. And I struggled in college because of it. I graduated. I tell people the story all the time. Y'all think I'm a dumbass, whatever. I started a company.
You got a degree, so
and I got 2 of them things. But when I graduated from high school, I graduated with a 1.6.
Yikes!
Exactly. I didn't even have a 2.0. I was so unprepared for college that when I got kicked out with a 1.2.
Damn, so
I was legally retarded. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure that they can go out and tell me. This guy, I think he has some special needs. He definitely need the helmet in the back of the bus.
Right.
But it was taking those lessons to know that people sacrificed for me to go to school, and then I fucked them over. That was a lesson within itself.
Right.
After that, I took my time to educate myself and pull, like, during that summer, that's the first time I ever had a 4.0. I took 3 classes over the summer and I finished out with a 4.0. One of them being a psych class. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I had that same motivation in school, I would have been able to pull it off. But at the same time, if I had the kind of school system that sparked that fire into me to have that motivation, then it would have been done a lot easier.
You're right. I agree with that.
And I look at what LeBron is doing. There's something that they're doing at the I Promise Academy that is sparking these kids who were in the lower 1 and 2 percentile to the 18th and 30th percentile. They're testing crazy over there now.
It could be something as simple as when, these kids, they come from impoverished areas, and usually when they go to school, that is their only safe place, their only sanctuary. Exactly. You know what I mean? So,
and even then, it don't be safe all the time.
Right. But if we're at the I Promise school and he's making it like, look, I understand that this might be y'all only spot, so I'm gonna make this be the spot.
Right.
So when y'all at the spot, you cool to perform, you okay to perform and be yourself. You know what I mean? Because when this is over, I got to go back to dealing with whatever, no food in the refrigerator, whatever it is, you know what I mean? I think if schools can understand that, they'll be fine. Like how many kids that only eat when they're at school.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you guys can understand that it's hard for a student, don't get me wrong, I understand that some of these kids, they need to be punched in the face.
Definitely.
I understand that. But if this, not necessarily the teachers, if the school can understand that these kids are dealing with so much outside of school that it's hard for them to come in school and work, it's going to be difficult. For the first, I want to say the first 3 months. No, not the first 3 months. Yes. For the first 3 months of school, it was a struggle for me. I had my daughter over the summer, senior year in high school. It was a struggle.
Oh, you were busy.
Not only that, you have to realize, like, I had my daughter. I had to get a job. I was that guy on the sports. So
And you were the man of the house.
Exactly. That's difficult. So if a school
Yeah,
can,
I actually know this nigga.
so if a school can I'm not saying you have to take all that consideration, because again, it's on me that I had a kid. It's on me that all that shit. But if you can take in consideration, awful pullout. God, I wish I would have pulled out now.
Terrible
Oh
pull
my
out. And you a goddamn sniper. Shoot to kill. Only headshots, goddamn.
Man, I wish I would have. Oh my God. But if these students or the teachers can understand, not the teachers, the school can understand that some of these kids are coming from different everybody's not coming from a suburb background. Maybe in the future, if the schools can make it to where a lot of the people that are going to schools, they can prepare themselves when they get out of school to be like, okay, I can put my kid, or I can make sure my kid is straight. So when he does go to school, he ain't got to worry about starving when he get home. He just got to worry about passing his fucking test.
Right.
And now I got to worry about passing this test and going home and eating, but I can't let my mama know I failed this test.
Right.
Because now I'm hungry and my ass sore. I think just think it needs exactly. I think it just needs to be a revamp.
Absolutely. I agree. I wish that when they see these programs like actually putting up the numbers of change that needs to be seen, there has to be something that people can take from that and be like, okay, they're doing this here. We should be able to expand this to these other schools. Like to me, and this is where I always go off of, to me, I feel like there shouldn't be a need for a magnet program when you could take that same level of education and put it towards the kids who are struggling.
Exactly.
Like, granted, I understand that, when you get into a magnet program, it means you're advanced, academically or whatever. But there's something there that's allowing them to advance more. We should be able to take that exact concentration that we put on these smarter kids to help out the kids that are struggling a lot more. And a lot of times it's not even an academic struggle. Sometimes it's a choice. Yeah. Because a lot of people will say, it often gets put out there, I didn't need school. And think about how popular it is when motherfuckers drop out of school and then become millionaires out of nowhere.
Exactly. That's all we see now.
That's all we see. There has to be something set up that we have to show people, okay, this is why school is important. And I honestly, even though I was joking about it, that kind of goes back to what I was talking about. When you take away the shit that we're not going to use going forward, like even if you want to keep some of that stupid shit in there, we also need to implement things that are going to help us in life. Yeah. Because, I had to educate myself on taxes. I had to educate myself on a budget. Like there needs to be, and shout out to David Danger Neff. He actually just walked in. There needs to be accounting classes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Need to have talk about like David Danger Neff.
they need to have something like that. Or if they can't have something like that, stop making school just to repeat.
Exactly.
I honestly don't know. If I was in high school in 2019, there's no way I wouldn't have a 4.0 because everything is on my fucking phone.
Absolutely.
Even now, like I'll be like, damn, what's the answer to that? Let me Google this shit.
And you know what's so crazy about that? With technology advancing the way that it is, that it damn near makes it impossible for you to fail. First of all, we still have motherfuckers failing. And two, there's no revamp to, okay, what can we teach these kids that can help out a little more? They're just revamping how you work out certain problems.
Exactly. Hell, now the kids don't even get taught the same way.
Right.
Like helping one of my kids with homework and they wanted me to do something. I'm like, why are you doing it this way? Yeah. We were taught this way. Yeah. But no, this is the way makes no sense. They added 4 extra steps for the same fucking answer. It makes no sense whatsoever.
It's the exact same thing when my niece was out here and she would ask us for help with the homework or whatever. I remember helping her out with her math. And again, I'm trash at math. I'm dump juice garbage when it comes down to math. However, the grade that she was at, well, okay, I was kind of nice at math around this.
Right, this is easy. 4th grade math, I can do this.
Run through this, no problem, bro. She came back with all red marks on her paper because they were talking about how she worked it because they want you to explain how you do it. So she did a little little workout or whatever in a little box. And she got nothing but red marks because of how it was worked out. The answer was correct.
But how it was worked out
was incorrect. So she sent her home with some kind of paperwork that shows how it's supposed to be worked out. And it was me, Jay, and my mom looking at it like, why the fuck do you have to take these kind of steps to get to this simple ass answer that we got with these 2 or 3 steps?
I never had that because that would have prompted me to come up to the school and be like, yo, so she gets the same answer here. What makes your way better?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's one of those. But I have had one of those where they show me some shit and I'll be like, yo, go ask your mama. I can't do this shit. Go ask your mama. Call your auntie because I ain't got it.
I'm not him for that.
Yeah, I ain't got it. It's been a couple times I've done that, but it goes to say like everything doesn't work for every fucking body. My kid, she goes to a different school now, but she was going to like one of those, I don't even know what you would call it, but she would have like classes where they teach STEM. So it was a lot of science, but it was different. It was definitely different when I go to school, but the school was predominantly white. So she struggled because the school was predominantly. Now she's in a different school. Now maybe the curriculum is different, but she's excelling. Like she has advanced classes now and so on and so forth. So yeah, I got to give kudos to that school for putting her in a position to where when she goes to a different one, she's going to be more advanced. But at the same time, while she was there, she fucking hated it. Right. And she hated it because of how the curriculum was going. The curriculum is based off of white suburban kids in Henderson. Of course, they're going to get the cream of the crop. That's going to happen. So I think all schools just need to figure out, and it's going to take some time, but just figure out how they can get their students to the best possible lineage when they grow up. Right. You know what I mean? When they grow up, can they be the best who they can be? Because you just sticking everybody in the same class and say, oh, go for what you know. Right. That's not going to do it.
And honestly, dog, it's all a part of the marathon. Like, there's no way that we can't figure out how to help, you know what I'm saying, our youth get better when it comes down to education. There's no way we can't figure out how to start certain programs, certain businesses, and support these programs and support these businesses to help them, you know, just continue to grow. Because once, I think when especially children of color, when they see us and people, you know, people that look like them doing more than what they're used to seeing people like us, you know, people that look like them do, it creates a new motivation.
Absolutely.
Because I look at it now, this is probably the most black enterprise that I've seen in years. We had very little of this when we were younger.
Very little, yeah.
And just seeing it grow more and more and more, it just motivates you.
Hell, even in seeing, I don't know if you noticed, but have you noticed it's a lot more black people, or I don't want to say black people, it's a lot more people of color on commercials now?
Absolutely.
That shit wasn't flying when we was coming up.
Now, at one point, they were doing a lot of interracial marriages, and motherfuckers were not happy.
Yeah, they were. But now I can go and I see a commercial where it's an Asian family, it's a Hispanic family, it's
diverse.
It's, you know what I mean? It's diverse. We wasn't seeing that when we was growing up. So to see that now, imagine what that's doing for these kids.
And that's, bro, that again, we're going back to Nipsey, but that's exactly what that man was preaching. Like, if you have the opportunity to change something in your community, to change something in your neighborhood, why not go forward with it? Yeah. And if you have the opportunity, you know, from another side to aid these people to do something that's going to bring change and not bring, you know, stupid shit, you know, about, why not allow those things to happen? Like, why, help people learn how to properly apply for a business loan. Help people learn how to properly put the money away to make sure that all bills, you know, are staying paid while you're bringing it in. So as Nipsey said, it's all money in and no money out.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like the more attention that we put towards getting these kind of things done, that's when you'll start seeing it change. Because one of the main issues with the lower income impoverished neighborhoods is the fact that we're in a bubble. We're in this one little square to where nobody's making money, nobody's getting, you know, proper education to get out of there. You either play ball or you play ball or rap, rapper goes to the league, as 2 Chainz would say. And once I'm not making money, I'm already dropped out of school.
Right.
I'm going to rob this motherfucker over here, and if he gives me an issue, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna join this gang for protection because I'm already in this neighborhood anyway. Like, it's all a part of the fucking system. It's extremely systematic. I don't understand how, knowing these kind of things are going on, how can we start to just create better opportunities for these people? Because we know that the minds are there. There would be no Nipsey if the minds weren't there.
Right.
And he's definitely not the first from those kind of neighborhoods. Like, I feel like there needs to be something done, and it really can start with the school system. There needs to be something done to start sparking the brain and you know what I'm saying, unleashing the motivation to really propel these people to do something more.
The way I look at it, man, and I've said it here on the show before, it baffles me because at the end of the day, all however many billion of us on this planet all want one thing, and that's to be fucking happy.
That's it.
Now, how you go about being happy is completely up to you. If you're a serial killer, but that makes you happy, your end goal is to be happy like the rest of us, but we ain't supporting you being a serial killer. That's not what we're doing.
Hey, stab away, my nigga.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But at the end, that's everybody wants to be happy.
Right.
So if I can do something for another individual that can make them achieve the happiness and it doesn't affect me none, why not do it?
Right. Why not?
Why not?
You want to know why? You want to know what they're saying on the other end?
That's stupid. You Use your common sense.
Yeah, drops are back, goddammit. But yeah, I agree. And I just wish that, again, you take the lessons that, you know, LeBron is teaching you with what he's doing. Shit. Another person that doesn't get, you know, spoke about that often, Nelly. I think Nelly started like a whole something dealing with his sister. What sickness did she have?
On the tip of my tongue, I want to say sickle cell, but I'm not 100% sure.
It was sickle. It was something. Somebody correct us out there. But not only did he start a foundation to raise money to cure that, he also started an actual like lab of some sorts to go into research to fix
Hey, to
that
keep it
kind of
100,
shit.
we got to put more respect on Nelly's name.
That's true.
We do.
I agree.
We got to put more respect on his name as far as the hip hop goes. And this man did have a #1 hit with Tim McGraw.
Absolutely.
So,
and now Lil Nas X got one. With goddamn Billy Ray Cyrus.
I love it.
Got the horses in the back.
Billy floated all over that joint. So,
his verse was raw. That's like the most you'll ever hear us talk about Billy Ray Cyrus on this show.
Listen to that song when I get home.
But yeah, man, like I feel like we could take all these examples that we have now. Like to me, I feel like that I don't want to call them excuses, so I'm gonna be mindful of my tongue here. But I feel like we now have those examples that we didn't have when we were younger.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so crazy how how a millennium changed everything, because we were around with beepers. We were around when everybody didn't have a cell phone. You know,
and I think the cell phone is the reason why we're able to see so much.
Yeah, because now we're seeing. Oh, okay, so people are doing this shit.
Right.
I just feel like there needs to be something to capitalize off of the visibility of more people of color doing shit. And another thing, there also needs to be more visibility of the allies that we have that are outside of people of color.
Absolutely.
And, you know, are actually contributing to making sure that we get shit done. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be more visibility to them, and people will see those kind of people exist. So it's like you can have your feelings towards whatever community, but you need to know that there are still people that got your back dealing with certain shit.
Yeah.
All of this stuff needs to be made apparent, and we need to capitalize off of what we have sitting in front of us.
Yeah.
I just want to see more development. 20, 30 years, there would, you know, if we do it the right way, of course, there would be no black on black crime. There
Honestly,
would be
I think it can be sooner than that. The problem is getting everybody on one accord.
That's the gotcha. That's why I say 20, 30 years.
Okay.
Because it's been real shitty.
Yeah. If we can somehow, if something can happen to where black people get, I don't know if, unfortunately, I don't think it was Nipsey's death that did it. But if something can happen where that little white blood goes off in black people's brains and they can just stop doing the stupid shit, I think.
It's going to be like one more thing.
Think so?
We got Pac's death. We have Nipsey's death. It's going to be one more thing, and I pray it's not death, but it's going to be one more thing for sure.
What do you think it could be?
Who knows, but I definitely hope that it wasn't too crazy. And we have Dave the Defender. We'll go with Dave the Defender. His sister had leukemia.
Okay.
Nelly's sister had leukemia. So I know that he started a foundation to help raise money for that, and he also started some kind of a research plan, something, I can't remember exactly what it was, to help, you know, find different ways to deal with that. I think that actually may be connected with the foundation itself. But anyway, we have all that stuff in front of us. We have the technology. We have the community to do it. We need the motivation, and we need to be as one to make sure we accomplish these things.
I agree.
Yeah, man. We's all about getting bigger and better over here. Kev, let people know where they can find you at, sir.
_ Hollywood Kev on Twitter, _ Hollywood Kev _ on Instagram.
At Big Los IG on IG, Big Los 89 on Snapchat. Of course, you can follow at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. And of course, with all the visual podcasts and all the other visuals that we have coming up, youtube.com/Beat Network. Since the man did walk in, we also want to bring up again, Back to the Classics will be working media at the Level Up Expo. 26th through the 29th. Look out for that coverage probably at the top of May. I'm trying to get to y'all as soon as possible. Y'all know I do about 30,000 things, but we'll definitely get that out at the top of May. And just keep it locked with what we're doing here at Beat Network, man. We're trying to make our dreams come true. We're trying to see this vision that we preach about so much on this show, you know, coming to fruition. So yeah, definitely keep rocking with us. As always, yes, sir. Fucked up my whole exit.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, y'all good. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.